What's going on, lovely tubers? White Mexican back again with another Market Watch investment video. Today I'm going to be briefly discussing Duelist Saga. I apologize, a few videos back I kept mentioning Duelist Power, or Dual Power, but I meant to say Duelist Saga. So we're going to get right into this. Near mint, lightly played. Starting from lowest to highest, the way I like to do it. Quick note of this set, as many of you know, a small individual of these cards have gone up in value over time, getting to be a little bit of an older set now. It's about 3-ish years old, getting about 3 years old now or so. Unique in its own kin because the ultra rarity, this is the only set in all of the TCG that has the kind of different rarity. The foiling, if you look at it, it's kind of like laser beams that like move up and down right here in the center of the card. So really unique rarity in its own. So we're just going to get right into this. This is all going to be my speculation and my personal preference and what I think is worth going in and picking up, because this set is just ridiculously cheap right now. And I really think this is a gold mine. I really hope that Konami decides to print us this rarity again. I was actually really hoping that Dual Power had this nice all ultra rare kind of print foiling, but they didn't, so that was kind of sad. But it just makes these cards more rare and more valuable because they're the only ones on the market. So, starting off the first card, Clear Effector. I think synchros are not dead. I think Konami has plenty of schemes to fill in for synchro-based decks and spamming. This card is amazing. This card is so cheap right now. I've personally invested into a lot of prints of this card. Bought a lot of this card. This is a solo print. And you get to draw a card, and then the monster that was synchro summoned can't be destroyed by card effects. As simple as that. It's not a tuner, unfortunately, but as a spellcaster, it's a level 2, and it's a light, pretty kind of odd artwork, but it's a solo print, and it is Dual Saga, so it has a nice ultra rarity. I think it's kind of hard to argue that this is definitely the best ultra rare rarity that we have currently up to date in the TCG, and I think this is just a fantastic card. It's super cheap right now. It's still plenty on the market. It's not really drying up anytime soon that I can foresee, unless there's people like me that are buying like mass amounts of this card at a time. But not really a whole lot of walls on this first page here, and it is pretty much like $1, I guess, now, which is pretty crazy because I just picked these up for, I think, like 10 cents or 20 cents a piece or something like that. So it's kind of weird that it's like $1 now. I don't know what's going on with these weird shipping prices. I don't know if there's like an update on the site or something. But anyway, Clear Effector, first card, really good. Definitely get at least a playset if I was you. Moving on here, the Dark Lord stuff is kind of crappy. I love Dark Lord as a decor. I personally have high rarity Dark Lords. Picked them up pretty cheap. For some reason, the Dual Saga support was just really crappy, though. This is kind of an interesting card. It's kind of slow, but it's kind of cool for what it is. It's a solo print as well, so one of the cards that specifically came out in this set. Super cheap. I actually just did a video about water deck supports a couple days ago. And this is kind of an interesting card. It's really cheap right now. I really want to know what's going on with shipping. I'm really confused. What's going on with this 70? Is this like a new thing? Like everyone has to have 78 cents shipping fees now here on TCG Player? I don't know if I'm just going crazy or not, but kind of an interesting card. Another water deck support card. White Veil. This card is really risky, but I think this card is worth the gamble for what it is. You can pause the video, read this card text. It's kind of long. I'm not going to personally go over it myself just for time's sake. Really killer artwork. Again, another specific card that just came out of Duelist Saga. And I think it's a really high risk, but I think for the payoff is a lot better than what it is for taking 3K damage. And there's plenty in the market. And for some reason, I don't know why, it just reminds me of Blue Eyes for some reason, like maybe because of the white part. But the veil, who knows? But anyway, definitely look into this card. This card is awesome. Moving on here to page 3. Can't remember how many pages. I think there may be 10 pages or 8 pages of cards in this set. Bro Hunter, another card. So I think, you know, there's not really a lot of support besides Thunder Dragons. I don't, my understanding, I don't play Thunder Dragons, so I'm pretty sure that they're pretty all high level. I don't really run level 4s, but just a simple search, normal summon, a simple 1-for-1 search. Pretty cool. I definitely think that, you know, outside of Thunder Dragons, Thunder definitely needs support, and there's always ideas probably bouncing around on Konami headquarters about making more Thunder stuff. Really cheap card, well under $1, plenty on the market here, you can see. And this is also another solo print, so this is another one of my selections. Powerwall. This is pretty cool. It had a little bit of hype when it first came out. People were thinking about using it in like stuff where you want to mill, you know, such as like Burning Abyss or Lightsworn if you want to go old school, whatever have you. Pretty cool card. You can pause here if you want to read through it. Pretty simple effect. Slower because it's a trap card. Kind of has like this, I don't know, kind of silly artwork. It's actually kind of cool. I just realized there's a dragon here. I didn't realize there was a dragon here before, but it's like a battle, and there's dragons, and there's like a castle in the background. So that's actually really cool. I didn't notice that before. Another solo print card specifically that just came out of this set, and it's about $1 with all this weird extra shipping, 78-cent shipping or whatever. Plenty on the market to go around, so this is something that I would consider. Contract with Dom 1000. This is a pretty cool card too. You can read through this. I think it's very unique in its own way. Another Duelist Saga exclusive solo print, only came out of this set. It's about 22 cents plus whatever shipping that TCG player makes you pay now, I guess. And there's 5+ on the market, and the top on the first page is 11 copies. So pretty cool card, really interesting artwork here too as well. So I would definitely look into that card. Dandelion is pretty cool. There was like I think it was 5Ds that came with a secret rare reprint. For what it is, it's pretty cheap. It's really nice, actually. Like the Duelist Saga one, the Ultra Rare, it's pretty nice. But there's an Ultimate Rare and there's a Secret. So really, there's just no business to get this card when there's a Secret and an Ultimate out there. And the Secret is definitely a healthy alternative because the Ultra Rare is Ultimate Rare is really pricey. So I think this is the best rarity of this card. I don't think this came out secret. It came out crap gold, more crap gold. A super rare, I guess, was the original. So super rare first would be kind of cool. But honestly, even so, I would rather have, I don't know, it's kind of debatable because I really do like original print stuff. But honestly, yeah, I would definitely have, and I do have multiple copies of this. I would prefer getting this one, the unique ultra rare rarity, over the original print supers. I don't think this card came ultimate. I want to say it just came super in that set. There's a Starfall one that I guess apparently has collector value for some reason. I'm pretty sure that this did not come ultimate. I'm just going to check really quick just to make sure. I don't remember if super rares came out in Layer Destruction or not as supers or just rares. I wasn't around. Light Destruction was beyond my time. I stopped playing before that set came out and then picked back up after that set around, what was my first set that I came back to? It was right after high school. It was like around 2011, I think it was. So what would that have been? Like Extreme Victory? I guess it was when 6 Samurais were like completely full power and just going crazy. So I guess that would have been Extreme Victory, Storm of Ragnarok. I don't know, kind of around that era. Doom Calibur is pretty cool. There's definitely some superior printers like the Ultra Rare Turbo Pack Ultra Rare, which is probably a little bit pricey now, seeing how it is a Turbo Pack Ultra. But that's an alternative. There's actually 9 printings. There's actually a lot of printings of this card. So a bunch of commons, some crap golds. But the Duelist Saga one is, I guess, now with the shipping stuff, it's about $1. So it's kind of unfortunate that they did that, but it is what it is. Turbo packs are sitting about $6. And there's the prize card, which no one has, of course. So, honestly, I mean, I already have my Turbo Pack Ultras. I got them when they were even cheaper than this. But this is still a really great card. I love this card. I mean, this is just maybe the anti-meta player in me, but definitely compared to the right under the Turbo Pack, I would definitely put this Duelist Saga Ultra Rare. This is pretty cool. I kind of like this card, but there's an ultimate print, so it kind of just renders this one kind of useless. This card as well. This is a really great card too. This is another kind of like techie choice for anti-meta. Really awesome card, but there's like a parallel ultra, like was it Dual League or Hobby League, and then there's the ultimate rare, which I actually personally have a first ultimate, which looks really nice. The ultimate rare, this like the bright cards with the ultimate look really great. So this just doesn't really take precedence at that point. DD Warrior, of course. These do look really nice. These actually look really nice. I have a couple copies of these in the Duelist Saga foiling, which look great. But honestly, I would rather have the Dark Crisis first editions, which are actually pretty pricey now. So kind of good luck if you want to go old school with that. Diamond Dust. I forget what this card does. I remember someone messaged me about it a while back. I don't know. It's still kind of technically a neg 1. Kind of cool artwork. It kind of reminds me of I don't know, like Absolute Zero or something like that. So I don't know. I'm not going to go too much into detail with that. You guys can look into that if you want. Infinity's another awesome decor. Kind of expensive right now, depending what you're trying to get. Kind of not. Really awesome decor. I would definitely recommend picking up Infinity's. One of my favorite kind of side decors that I've been kind of building over time. Really fun deck too. Really enjoying Infinity's. Fallen Paradise. This is pretty cool. This card is really cool. I know no one really plays these anymore. These are like some old school boss monsters. Where are they? Uria and like the wannabe god monsters. Pretty awesome. I would get the 10 secret prints in my opinion. Of course, there's the ultimate rares from the original booster core sets, which are just ridiculously ungodly hard to find and super expensive, but no collector value. But the 10 ones, I think they look great. I really don't mind 10 secrets. I think 10 secrets look pretty awesome, even though they're cheap and mass produced. But that's the best thing. You know, they're easy to get and they're cheap, and they're still secrets and they look pretty cool. And this isn't a competitive deck by any means by far. Like this will definitely be a casual fun deck. But this card is really great, and this is a solo print. Pretty cool artwork too. It looks like the tree of like forbidden fruit or something crazy like that, but really cool effect too. So if you want to look into that, that's definitely an option. Glial Guardian, there's an ultimate rare and a secret rare, so that kind of renders this kind of useless. Celestial Double Star Shaman, this is a really cool tuner card. If you pause the video, read the effects, pretty cool. It's also very light, level 2, and it is a tuner synchro, which is really awesome. Some really unique features to that, kind of interesting artwork. And it's, you know, about $1 or $2 or so, and there's about 5 pages left, so it's starting to slowly dry up. So that is an option. Dark Arm Dragon, we have 2 secret rare prints, and ultimate rare print basically just renders this useless. A lot of people favor Evil Swarm decors, especially the DT decors, for like collecting just in case it goes up, because it used to be really big. I think back in the what were the E-Dragons, I guess, or I don't remember exactly. I wasn't playing officially during that format. I was kind of in and about, but it is a really cool. I would love to have Evil Swarm, you know, full rarity DT. It's just really expensive right now, so I wouldn't recommend it right now. There is some things you can get away with, but the more like powerful, popular XYZs and stuff, they're pretty expensive for the DT ones. I wouldn't have it any other way though. I really wouldn't invest in the Hidden Arsenal. I would definitely, if you were going to get this deck, go max rarity and go DT. Just be really careful with the market and make sure you're trying to get the best prices you possibly can, because it does get pretty pricey. But it is a really cool deck. So some more of these guys support. Pretty cool. Basically just, you know, you tribute for him, tribute him, bust out one of the boss monsters from wherever. Really cool. Kind of interesting artwork too. It's a Dark Fiend too. I'm an avid Dark World player, so I mean I wouldn't really think about playing Dark World with these. Maybe, who knows, that'd be kind of getting out there far in the line. But really cool card. Solo print again, so Duelist Saga exclusive. So that is something to look into, and that is about, I guess, a little over $1 now with the new shipping stipulation or whatever it's going on here with TCG Player. Junk Synchro, this is pretty cool. There is a secret rare. I want to say the 5Ds, Legendary Collection 5Ds, has a secret rare print of this. And I would just prefer that over this, obviously. But this is pretty cool. There's also a dual terminal. I'm just going to check really quick. Might as well. This is what it's all about. Trying to give you guys variations and options and make your guys' day easier by doing the research here. So if I'm not mistaken, there's a secret rare and there's a dual terminal rare, which looks really great too. I would personally get the dual terminal. I always prioritize dual terminal. Dual terminal looks really great, especially if it's not common. Commons look great too, but if you can get something, so yeah, rare. And it's getting up there, you know, about $2 plus or whatever. So I would definitely, this is the best rarity for me personally. The Dual Terminal 3 rare looks awesome. I have a couple copies myself, but then definitely by far the secret rare, which is actually really cheap for a secret rare. It's only $2 for the first edition secret. Looks really great too. I don't remember if I have the secret rare copy. So I would definitely go for rare first, GT rare, and then the secret. So really that's going to render out the Duelist Saga one inferior, in my opinion. You don't really need to worry about that. Really great card though. Back in the 5Ds area, this card was such a good spammy synchro card, and it was used all the time. So pretty cool. Mirror Force, not really a big deal. There's so many different, you know, kind of equal or better prints of Mirror Force. Deep Sea Diva. This card is super awesome because the only other holo we have, I think I want to say like it came rare, common, and super, and like some kind of tournament pack or locals pack or whatever you want to call them. Which is kind of expensive, obviously. So turbo pack, so pretty old, and it's about $15. This one's in German, so even a little bit more expensive than that. Honestly, this is so silly. Like I would never. I know it's cool. It's turbo pack. It's more rare, cool, and you know, super rares do look pretty cool. You know, the foiling is pretty cool in these exclusive packs. But honestly, you can get a Duelist Saga Ultra, higher rarity, more unique with the Duelist Saga exclusive rarity, and it's literally like I guess now like $2. Used to be a little bit cheaper, unfortunately. You can kind of see the market price here. But plenty on the market, and this is still a really great card. I'm pretty sure I featured this in my water support video. I don't remember. I've been working on this. This is like the dream here. I've been working on trying to max out my Atlantean Mermail. And it's slow and steady, and this is actually kind of like a lot of the cards I talked about in the water stuff, but that's kind of been like my hobby of late. I've been trying to collect high rarity water stuff to kind of just mess around and, you know, splash in with different Mermail and Atlantean builds, because this deck was really popular. It's a really kind of shotgun deck and a really big fan favorite, to my understanding. And I never really got the chance to play it, so I'm trying to kind of going back in time and trying to collect the pieces here. So for the Duelist Saga one, it's about $2-ish roughly for this card. So really great foiling on this too, and super killer card. So I definitely look into that. Battle Fader, we have ultimates, we have secrets, we have dual terminal commons. It's a great card, and it looks pretty cool in Duelist Saga Ultra Rare, but there's just way too many better options out there. But I love Battle Fader. Same kind of thing with Future Fusion, really cool card, even with the errata. But again, we have ultimate rares, so I mean, you know, it is what it is. X-Saber Evokers used to be a really expensive card, it's currently banned, but I would just get the Order of Chaos original print secret rares, first editions. They're really cheap right now. This card is pretty cool. I think this is a really cool tech choice with a lot of people running Cyber Dragons, and just a plethora of other machine decks in general. You run into them once in a while, primarily Cyber Dragons, of course. It's the fan favorite for machine decks by far. This card is going for about 2 bones right now, and there's only 4 pages on the market. And really, the only thing that tops this rarity, which I personally don't even think it really tops the rarity, is the original print Ultra Rare from Shonen Jump magazine, which is right here, which is more expensive. And technically, I guess in scarcity, it is rarer because it's harder to get this one, and there's probably less on the market compared to a big set like Duelist Saga. This set was pretty blowout. not initially, but now as time goes on and people start to realize, okay, Konami's not making this rarity anymore. This is a pretty unique rarity. Hence, I'm making this market watch investment video on this set because these cards are unique and on their own just by that merit. I personally think this is better. They're both ultra rare, but this one has the unique like laser beam looking foiling that's only exclusively to this set. So I would definitely rather have this, and it's cheaper too. So I would pick this up. This is a nice tech choice too. Again, a lot of random machine decks make it into the top tier metas once in a while. And casuals and semi competitives players love their Cyber Dragons. Dimensional Fish are pretty cool. We have 2 secret rare reprints. Really no need for this. Judgment Dragon. This is pretty cool. Now we do have, of course, the original secret rares and the ultimate rares, which are really nice, but they're also really expensive. So if you don't want to spend too much money, for about $2 you can get this version. And I think that's not that bad. First edition. Duelist Saga Ultra Rare. It looks really nice, and I really love Light Swarms. Light Swarm is another deck core that I really recommend. It's really cheap right now. I would really recommend you guys getting your max rarity Light Swarms because this is a really fun deck. It's really splashable. There's so many different builds that you can do with this, and it's really cheap right now. That's the biggest thing. I know I've been working on it for quite a while now. I'm actually almost done. So that's another idea. Cyber Dragon, we have secrets, we have ultimates. This isn't really too much of a big deal. There's even a dual terminal. I think it's a rare, I want to say. Kind of same thing with Honest. We have secrets, we have ghosts. We don't have ultimate, I don't believe, but there is a dual terminal rare, which actually looks phenomenal. I would actually want to take a look at this really quick. I apologize. This is going to drag on my time a little bit. But I would really... I really love. I have the secrets personally, and I think I have like 1 or 2 dual terminals. But the dual terminals on Honest look so great. Like I really love dual terminal cards in general. And the Duel Saga one, it doesn't look bad, but again, like they're just so much more higher rarities in my opinion. Of course, the ghosts are like ungodly expensive. The secret rare first editions kind of get up there a little bit now. So yeah, unfortunately the dual terminal ones are a little bit more pricier, but it's really great. Like I would definitely say, obviously Ghost is priority 1 because we're not making Ghost anymore. Just Ghost is just amazing in general. My favorite rarity by far. But the secret first editions, if you can get them, like I think I got mine for about like 10 and 9 or so, like right under the 10 range, around the 10 range. So if you can do that, that's not bad for a first edition. Forget the unlimited. Unlimited's I wouldn't really deal with. So if you want to get a first edition secret rare, I would do that. Ghost rare, of course, if you're like high baller, but I mean that's kind of out of range for me personally on my level, I would say. But the alternative is this rare dual terminal 7 rare, which looks fantastic. I definitely think that besides the Ghost, that was definitely be my choice of rarity to play. So moving on here, Monster Gate. This is the only holo print that we have of this card in the TCG, and I think this is a really underrated card. I think this card's really cool. Technically, it's kind of like a Neg 1 per se, but when you're playing, like Zombies or Light Swarms or Burning Abyss or whatever, when you want to mill stuff into your graveyard, I think it's a really great card in general. It's so good, it's at 1. It's at 1 on the ban list right now, so it's got some power, it's got some kick behind it. And you can see all these useless commons, and then right here, standing strong at attention, is the Duelist Saga Ultra Rare, and it's sitting about $2 or so, as most of these cards are. So there's a Starfoil too, but I mean, Starfoil is basically common. If it's not Tour Guide, that's really like the only card I like, Starfoil. So Monster Gate, I would get on it. That's a pretty cool card. Blackwing Gale. Blackwing's another super like turbo fan favorite deck. I would highly recommend building a high rarity Blackwing deck core, as if you can find cards cheap along the way. I know I bought some dual terminal stuff. Biggest thing for me is this guy went up a lot. I don't know if it got flooded with the market because it was like sitting at like $15 or something like that for a while for the DT one. So I know I got a lot of those, but my biggest secret for Blackwings being such a blowout deck upon the fan base and kind of constantly getting support here and there is Icarus Attack. Icarus Attack comes out dual terminal rare, and I don't know how cheap it is now. It used to be well under $1. It was like 30 cents, 25 cents, something like that. I got plenty. I would definitely get your rare dual terminal Icarus Attacks. That card is phenomenal, and it looks amazing. Soul Charge, I'm pretty sure this card's banned now, but we have other ultra rare prints, so technically that rarity would be pretty cool to have, but I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I would honestly, I'm kind of waiting for the secret rare reprint. I think the secret rare reprint would be pretty cool. I'm not a Harpy player. I've never built Harpies. This card is phenomenal. This is an amazing card. Really cool artwork. Harpies have kind of just, the allure of them have kind of always been like a semi-fan favorite decor. And some of the stuff gets really, really pricey as you get into like the older like ultimates and like all that crazy stuff and the super high rarity stuff. And this is just a really cool card. And this is, I think the only other version is like I think a common, the super rare, which just got reprinted in the legendary duelist pack. So this used to be a solo print for quite a while because this pack just came out not too long ago. But it's going to be completely inferior to this Duelist Saga Ultra Rare, and Ultra Rare is not that much more. So I would definitely invest in this. I don't see this getting reprinted at a higher rarity anytime soon. And it looks pretty good. Legacy of the Duelist. This card is amazing. I love this card. I was picking up this card for dollars for days, like $1 a piece for so long. Killer artwork, Blue Eyes, Dark Magician. It's like a full-on battle royale, this like shiny ball looking thing. A really cool effect. There's a lot going on with this card. You can pause the video if you want to read that. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of high impact stuff. It's about $1.50, then moves into about $2. Only 3 in the market, so people are catching on to this card. I've been talking about this card for, I guess, not too long. I think it was about a month or 2 ago when I put out my first videos featuring cards from this set. But this is a phenomenal card, and I really don't think that this card is going to stay at 2 bones forever. Fossil Dyna. This is an amazing card. This is going to be me talking anti-meta me. Of course, we have the original, what I want to say, Light of Destruction secret rares, the tin super rares, the common. The secret rares are phenomenal. If you're going to go secret rare, go all out, get first edition. I would not recommend getting unlimited secrets. If you want to get secrets, make sure you get the first editions, which are probably super expensive right now. This card is just such an amazing card. It's like the ultimate anti-meta deck card. So about, what, like $16 or so? I'm just kind of looking out of curiosity now because I'm in love with anti-meta. Yeah, so about 16 bones for a first edition secret, lightly played, so that's pretty cool. But the healthy alternative is this really amazing, awesome, exclusive Duelist Saga Ultra Rare, and it's about $2. Unfortunately, this kind of went up. Unfortunately, because I got a lot of these, I think this kind of deserves to go up. This is such a good card. You whip this out in the right situation, you just lock your opponent down, especially if you have a lot more resources than them at the time that you bust this out. And the foiling in it is just looks really great. This is a really light card again. Like the really bright foiling looks great on really vivid artwork cards. And so this is about $2 for this. So if you're not gonna get the secret, I would definitely get this, and I think it'll go up. And this is just an awesome card in general. So hooray for anti-meta. Long live the Thunder King Ryos and Banishers of the Radiance and Fossil Dynas. Gozuki, I love zombies. There was a time when I used to play this at 1 for a while, but the majority of the zombie decks I mess around with now tend to have Meizuki at 3 to 2, and I kind of cut this card just for space purposes. Really cool card though. I'm not even sure what other versions it has. This is a pretty cool, looks like a common, so does common, so this is definitely obviously the best rarity, highest rarity. And yeah, before the common reprints, this was the solo print, so it's kind of interesting that it's not really so anymore, sadly. But it's about $2 for this card for the first edition, And there's plenty in the market, 5 pages plus. But I'm a really big zombie player. I love zombies. I love Satellar Knights. I love Dark World. I love anti-meta. And I'm working on a plethora of deck cores right now. So I wouldn't mind having a couple of these. So I think that's pretty cool. Cosmic Blazer Dragon. This card has awesome artwork. It's a Duelist Saga exclusive solo print. Really awesome effect. Super hard to get out, of course, as well as like these really crazy big Stardust like dragon generation stuff, as well as like this, like Quasar Dragon. This was such a fun format. At the time I hated it because I didn't play like Synchro Spam and like the whole like Quasar decks and like all this like Doppel Warrior and all this like spamming and all this crazy stuff. But I really appreciate it now, going back and thinking about it. This was a really happy time in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I really loved Planet Synchro and all that stuff. So just really special time, nostalgic time for me, because that was right about when I got back into the game. So this is a pretty cool card. I would go for the 10 secret rares personally. Castel, there's an ultimate rare which is pretty pricey. I was looking at it for a while, but I didn't buy it because I think this is a really healthy alternative. I think there's a super rare as well, like a 10 super rare or something. So yeah, a Mega 10 super rare, this crap gold that should not be named. 2 super rares actually. The original print was super rare. That's crazy. This card is originally super rare. This was supposed to be such a popular card. No one plays this in Silent Honor. Like these cards are so good, and no one plays them anymore. I don't know. This and Silent Honor were like must-have for the longest time. So the ultimate sitting, it's not too bad. It's about $16, $17 for the ultimate rare. Looks really nice from far I can tell. I've never actually held one of these in person. I don't know how it's gonna look in person, but this looks pretty cool here. But then again, like for about $2, you can get a first edition Ultra in this special rarity that looks really, really great. So it's kind of hard to not pass up on the lure and getting this for only spending $2 versus the ultimate, which is a lot more. But then again, over time, I think this is still a good card, and being an ultimate, I definitely think you could maybe see a little turn on your investment as it goes up. When it goes up, I don't know how long it's gonna take to go up, but there's that Royal Decree. There's a lot of awesome alternatives like the Hobby League Parallel and the tournament pack supers, and there's no secret rare of this. It'd be cool if they made this secret rare. But there's been a lot of prints, including commons and stuff. And this is just an amazing card in general. I just want to look at this really quick. No matter what deck I play, unless it's literally just like a deck where like half the deck is trap cards, I always side a playset of this card. I think this is like such an underrated side card. This is like the most amazing side card ever. I really want to make a video eventually talking about kind of tech choices and just side deck stuff in general. And this and like Heavy Duster Storm or like Twin Twister, that's kind of like my package. I always have magic and trap removal, because a lot of the decks I play are like effect heavy monster, like effect dependent. This is just an awesome card, and there's a lot of cool rarities. Pretty cheap. There's the super rare one, which is just kind of out there, super cheap. Legendary Collection 3, this is an amazing set. I don't think I'll ever do a single market watch video without mentioning or featuring this set. Definitely check that out, as well as Legendary Collections 4. Amazing reprints, relatively cheap, and just amazing reprints and high rarity. The Duel Saga one, of course. So out of the ultra rares, I would definitely say it's safe to say that the Duel Saga is definitely the most superior rarity in ultra rare. Looks really pretty good. From what I can remember. I don't know if I have any currently. I personally have the super rares, which, fortunate for me, have gone up, and I also have a lot of the Hobby League 3s, which these are my favorite personally. Personally, out of all the ones, even like the original print ultra, it's worth like a lot of money. I prefer this one. This looks really great. The foiling, the thing about these is they're a little bit thicker. I think they're made by a different company, and I kind of give this precursor warning about all the Hobby League cards, because I've heard horror stories of people getting DQ'd and like getting in trouble because it kind of bends the sleeve and it's really like a thicker cardstock or whatever. But I would look into this. This is a really awesome rarity. And then the one I personally have, I think I have either a playset or 2 playsets, is the Tournament Pack 6 one, which is the second most expensive one now. Obviously, it makes sense. It's Tournament Pack 6. It's old as hell, and it's just an amazing card. And it's just old and amazing card. So I'm not going to really say anything more about that, but Royal Decree is just an amazing. You can't go anywhere without a playset of this card, so might as well get a nice rarity of it. Dark Magician of Chaos. We have the original print Ultra Rares, first edition from Invasion of Chaos, of course. It's a collector's card by now, and the, I want to say Legendary Collection 4 or 3, whatever which one, has a secret rare reprint, which actually goes for a pretty penny now, which I picked up a playset of, which I'm pretty proud of. I really love the secret rare reprint of this card. Black Row is pretty cool, but we have secrets and we have ultimate rares, so really it just kind of makes this rarity unnecessary. This is a pretty popular card. A lot of hero players play this. I don't remember if this is a solo print or not. It was for a while. Let me see what other prints this card has. Hero players love this card so much. Okay, so Dual Power. So yeah, it was a solo print for the longest time. Dual Power came out and ruined the world on market. I'm so disappointed with the decline in Dual Powers. Disappointed, not disappointed. I love how players have access to a lot of cool cards super cheap now. I was totally one of those guys that highly invested. I got several cases of that, and the market just kind of like plummeted. I felt like I just like fell through the stock market of Yu-Gi-Oh! When I invested in Dual Power. But granted, it was extremely fun. Hard as hell to pull impermanences. I think I got like, I bought 5 cases, I think. 5 or 6 cases, and then I ended up getting, I think, 4 impermanences. So super crazy. Magician of Faith. This is awesome. I love this card. This card originally came out in Metal Raiders as a rare, and it's Super Generation 1, old school, nostalgic. And this is the only, well, I guess there was a super rare. There's a super rare that's like super unachievable. It's really expensive and rare and kind of like pretty much impossible to get. It was like a champion pack something super rare. Of course, obviously that's really nice if you can find one in good condition because it's old as dirt. But this is definitely a healthy alternative. This is technically a high rarity as Ultra, and it's cool because it's Dual Saga Ultra, and it's about $2 right now. And there's about 4. It's slowly starting to dry up in the market. There used to be so much of these, and now it's kind of starting to go away. This is a really great card. This is another card that I think is good for collector's value too. Collector's value isn't like artwork collector's value. It's a female card, spellcaster, she's a witch. It's a flip effect, so it's really slow, but it's a busted ass flip effect. It's an awesome. This card used to be banned. This card was banned for the longest time, and now I think this card is like unlimited. I'm pretty sure it's at 3 right now. So definitely take a look at Magician of Faith. It's a super awesome card on all aspects. For the longest while, I don't know why, and I actually eventually decided against it, but I was feeling like the need to buy this card out. Dark Magician Duelist Saga, Ultra Rare. I don't know. It's because I really love the original artwork. The original artwork from the structure decks of Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon, and this foiling just every time. It just looks so great. It's gone up in price, and someone has kind of been buying out. There's only 2 pages left, so I was thinking about this for a while. I didn't act on it because it started to go up kind of as I started thinking about trying to buy some more myself. But it looks really great. I don't know if I have any now. I know I pulled some initially when I bought this set when it first came out several years ago. But it looks pretty great. I think it looks better than even the Blue Eyes. And honestly, I'd prefer the Dark Magician over the Blue Eyes in this set. I think it looks good. Tour Guide looks amazing. We have the Ultimates, of course, which are really expensive now with the new hype of the Burning Abyss link card and all that crazy stuff that's going on. The first edition original print Secret Rares from Extreme Victory are really great too. They're kind of up there in price if you want a first edition, but I would definitely recommend a first edition over Unlimited for the secrets. And the Dual Saga ones are about $3 now, so they have slowly went up in value, and there's only about 4 pages on the market, and I really do love this. Like, I have Secret Rares personally. I had a playset of Ultimates. I sold them. because they just skyrocketed like crazy, and I wanted some cash. So I got rid of my ultimates, kept my first edition secrets, original prints, but I do still have several of these, and these look really, really great. Again, I'm collecting, or I'm building and have been building Dark Lords. I really, really love Dark Lords. I think that they're a super awesome kind of sleeper deck. Still waiting for their link cards. Our link card is amazing. I love their link card. OCG has their link card. We're still waiting for it. Unfortunately, we're on the back burner here in the TCG for it. But this is a card, solo print, just a searcher, I believe. I'm remembering its effect appropriately. It searches out a card and you summon it. Oh, okay, it's a foolish burial. So yeah, kind of cool. Solo print, and it's kind of gone up in price. It's about $2, and there's only 2 pages left. Only 2 pages left. That's so pretty scarce on the market for that card. Tsukiyomi, we have an ultimate rare. Wouldn't really worry too much about this. A really cool artwork. Again, when I kind of go back and forth on my artwork collection values, I think this may possibly fall in eventually. Definitely the ultimate rare would be the one that would go up in price. Not really anything too crazy with this card. I just don't really think this card really playable. Like, for what it's worth, just putting one face down and it has to be on your turn, I just really don't think it's that playable. Wow, the ultimate's already $30. I'm really surprised. This card was not $30. It makes sense. You know, it's got killer artwork. It's an old card. And it's an ultimate. But, you know, at that point, with the ultimate being so expensive, if you had to get this card, I would definitely look at the Duelist Saga version. Necrovalley, pretty awesome. This is the updated card text, the first updated card text. Really great rarity in this, but honestly, there's just so many, in my opinion, better rarities. I would definitely, my pick of the fruit would be the original Glial Guardian first edition. I'm pretty sure back then they still said Magic card, if I'm not mistaken, and that's first generation Yu-Gi-Oh. First generation Yu-Gi-Oh, especially when it comes to Magic cards, if they have the Magic card print and they're really old school, like generation stuff, that's always going to take the cake. Like, just here, like, look at MST. If you get MRL over SRL, like, that's automatically always going to be better in my book because of the history value and how the game changed. Jinzo, we have 10 secrets. We have original Pharaoh Servant secrets. OCG has ultimate rares, which look really, really great. I actually have a couple of them, and they look great. But so this is kind of unnecessary rarity. Same thing with kind of these cards. Mizuki, we have a secret. We have a dual terminal. I personally prefer the dual terminal, but this is pretty nice too. This is probably the fan favorite trap card out of this set. People really are into this card. Great card. I would personally prefer the of course there's the ultimates, but the Duelist Revelation, I believe, was when it came out. But I have the first edition Ultras, and I really like those. But these do look really, really great, but they're too expensive to get now. I wouldn't be paying these prices for this, and this may even go up because technically, besides the ultimate, which is really expensive and hard to get and hard to find, I think this is the second choice for player choice, but I like the original print Ultras personally. Masked Hero Law, of course, there's an ultimate rare which is spiked up like crazy with the new hero support stuff and clutter that's been going around. But this is the best rarity to that. So there's the ultimate rare, there's this, and then there's the super rare, which came out of a structured deck. So I mean, obviously that's, you know, it's still worth money too, a couple bucks. But I would definitely go over this over the super. It's sitting pretty fat at like about $5, and there's only 2 left. The thing is with this card, I really do like this card. I'm not a hero player or anything, but like this card and Absolute Zero, like I'm just really obsessed with those fusions, and Acid. I really like Acid too. Heroes have some busted ass fusions, and I totally get why hero players are the way they are, because they have some really killer fusions. There's just so many cards. Like, I don't think there's been any deck core that has so much support and just so much like of a card count than heroes. But personally, I'm waiting for the secret rare. I honestly believe that secret rare Master Hero Dark Law is going to come out secret rare, and when that reprint comes, I'm going to be all over that card because I want a secret rare version. So right now, I'm just going to wait because the prices are kind of crazy. Imperial Order, we have secret rares. I wouldn't really worry about that. This, again, it just looks really great because it's original artwork, but Blue Eyes is Blue Eyes. It's always going to be popular, and it's always going to be up and down. There's always a million prints. This card, I don't remember if this is the highest rarity of this card. I'm pretty sure it is because the only other versions I can think of is maybe super rare from like Secret Forces or something. So a lot of commons, yeah, super rare from Secret Forces. Which is a really great set too. I would definitely look at that. Everything's like mad cheap right now. The seal boxes are expensive. I guess mostly because the chase in that is the original secret rare prints of the Necross ritual monsters. But a lot of cool like other reprints in here that are really cheap too. But so 2 super rares, one from an Astral Pack too. Oh, and a dual terminal. Okay, wow. So there's a dual terminal. I mean, I think this dual terminal outshines even the Ultra and the Super. And the price kind of reflects here as well. You can see that. So honestly, if you can get the DT, I would go for the DTs personally. Cool card though. It's cool how you can send them from your deck. That's like one of the only ritual cards that lets you pitch from your deck like that. It's pretty cool. Elemental Heroes, Honesty is a really cool card. Used to be the solo print. Secret rare reprint came out and basically rendered this inferior. Pretty expensive for what it is. But I like the secret rare. The secret rare is technically higher rarity. It looks nicer. The ultra rares do look very, very nice. And again, this used to be a solo print, but there's just a secret rare now. So that's kind of the issue with that. Same thing with this card. There's a secret rare reprint, and of course the original classic Shonen Jump ultra rares, which I personally have, which are really great. So I wouldn't really worry about that. Pot of Duality, personally, I have the supers from the tin. I mean, you can call me cheap or whatever, but I just have tons of super rares from the tin. I didn't buy secrets. I think first edition secrets look great. I don't remember, did this card come ultimate? It did come ultimate, because I remember another content creator talking about how he's been wanting to buy an ultimate for so long. Okay, I'm not going to go through that because there's 15 copies. That's crazy. This card has had 15 copies, but this card is, I think it's a good sell. If you want to, like, at this point, at the top gear cards, I would definitely sell the majority of these cards. BLS, of course, especially, like, well, this went down too. This used to be a lot more money. I like the not legendary collections. What are the secret rares? I can't remember. I talk about it when I talk about legendary collection 3 and 4. I talk about it. It's an old school, very, very, very small secret collection, like not legendary collection. So there's the Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World, which I love. Check that out. It's an awesome set. But even older was the Master Collection. That's what it was called. Master Collection Volume 1. Master Collection Volume 1, Volume 2 had some really killer, really deep, really, really awesome secret rare foiling BLSs. You can kind of see the price reflects. It's almost about 20 bones for this card. Of course, you have the Dark Revelations crap. I don't really believe in that. I'd much rather always have a first edition original IOC. But in all honesty, even though it's more expensive to have a first edition original print, I would still rather have this. Like, this is so old. Almost as old as the original print. This came out like not too long after Invasion of Chaos was dropped here in the TCG. I remember that like vividly. Like, I was a little kid when that happened. It was awesome, legendary. But I would personally get the Master Collections 2 secret rare. But this does look really nice. This rarity and this ultra rare as well. And then there's the Effect Veiler, which is surprised not the last page, almost the last page. We have the original, of course, the Ultimates and the Ultras. I have first edition Ultras from Duelist Revelation, I think it was, which is pretty cool. These Duelist Saga ones actually do look really, really nice. Okay, so the last page is just the sealed product. So that is all I have to say about Duelist Saga. This has been a showcasing of Duelist Saga. It's really unique to its own kin. I highly recommend that you guys pick through this set. I don't foresee, with the disappointment of Konami not printing dual power in the same unique ultra rarity, I don't foresee this rarity hitting the TCG anytime soon. So I think it's always going to make these cards really unique. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you guys for watching these videos. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you learned something. I hope you get something positive and beneficial out of these videos. And I will catch you in the next video.